Hello, it's me, DB, and welcome to All Things Brass and Technology, man. It's been a minute. All is good, man. I've been a little busy grinding in the studio, but I'm back at it, YouTube. You know what? Today, I want to do the third episode of DB Talks Trumpet. And what I want to talk about is rhythm as it pertains to improvisation for me. Rhythm and articulation. Yeah. You know what? Let's get it. Okay, so some of the things that I'm about to talk about, I may have previously talked about in another video. So be it. You dig? Come on, man, let's get it. So rhythm. Millions of musicians, there's millions of musicians, but so many people sound different. Western music, we're only dealing with 12 tones. How are all these musicians, when they go to improvise, they're just going to their thing, sound different? And we're all playing the same 12 tones unless you're playing a quarter tone instrument and you get 24, but we're talking about Western music, 12 tones. And some people may say, you can get extra tones by bending notes. Yeah. It's true. But I believe it's having a rhythmic conception. Because as improvisers, we have to have a rhythmic conception, a harmonic conception, a melodic conception, and knowledge of transcribed material. I'll say that again. We have to have a harmonic conception, rhythmic conception, melodic conception, and knowledge of transcribed material. And of course, it goes without saying, to have heart and soul and humanity. I shouldn't even have to say that, because we are just public speakers. We're just speaking through our instruments. And so we want to be able to reach the people with our humanity through our instruments. So I'll say it anyway, so just in case, so it's said. All right? So a rhythmic conception. So for me, I like to articulate the horn. I like to dig into rhythms. And of course, I'm a jazz musician, so I'm dealing with swing rhythms, right? But when I got with Dr. Donald Byrd, he talked about making sure that when you're playing eighth notes, even Jimmy Heath said this as well, eighth note swing, you don't need to put any extra thing on it unless it's a creative choice. Just make sure everything is nice and even. You dig? And Donald also said, release the tongue. So don't be tonguing all the notes like Clifford did. Only Clifford could do that and make it sound like the way he did it. So Donald just said, hey, slur everything, and when you want to hit the rhythm, then you articulate the horn. You dig? So that's part of the way I like to articulate the horn. So a lot of the times I'll be slurring through phrases, but I will really articulate the vowels and press the vowels down to give an illusion of the tongue. Precise, like a Ferrari. I hope that makes sense, right? Clark Terry, I took some lessons with Clark Terry when I was at the Thelonious Monk Institute of Jazz, and I have it. I recorded it, and I'm going to release that at some point because people need, because, you know, at that point, when I got to the Monk School, you know, I had went through my master's in music education and all that stuff. So I knew the questions to ask because a good student will ask questions. Because when you ask teachers or anybody questions, they have to answer or teach. So if you ever get a lazy teacher, this is how you fix them. Ask questions. You dig? Just don't let the teacher bombard you. Say, wait a minute. I got a question. Yeah, you better believe it. You start asking questions, you're going to get some serious information, right? Because when you ask questions, the teacher has to answer the questions. If they don't know the answer, they'll say, let's link up next week to talk about that. And they'll research it and bring back the information if they're worth anything. Mm-hmm. Yes. Clark Terry told me to get your fingers dancing on top of the vowels. Dance. I understood that. Yes. All right. So listen now. Oh, man. Just talking about this stuff, man. I'm starting to I'm sweating up. I'm getting all sweaty, man. Getting excited. You dig? That's a teachable moment. When you get students, when you're leading a band and you get your bandmates or anything that you are leading, when you get people excited about stuff or whatever you're trying to give them or lead them with, that's when things start to happen. You get people excited and you better watch it. That's when things happen. When you get to the people and you motivate them or you show them what's possible. And they see how excited you are about it. That's when things start to happen. Yes. I got the horn in my hand. And the horn that I have in my hand is the Lotus Solo Max. Let me take you through it. Copper bell, bronze bell flare, pretty valve tops. You dig? Nickel here, silver nickel. Bronze down here on the valve block. Go over here. We got a bronze mouthpiece receiver here. Okay. Then we got nickel silver. Here, lead pipe, nickel silver. And then we have brass tuning slide. Yeah, man, I've been playing this horn for a few months. My man, Adam Rapper, was in town and he asked me if I wanted to check one out. And I said, of course. So we linked up and he dropped it off and I've had it for a few months and I love it. I got a review coming on it. Coming up on this wonderful trumpet, man. It's great. Yes, man. So that's what I'll be using. Let's get it. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to tell you about the mouthpiece. This is the Monet Unity B6M. I did a review on it. I'll link it at the end. It's tight. Nice, man. Monet, God bless you. Good job. All right, let's keep it popping. Okay, so like I stated earlier, when I started studying with Donald Byrd, I was, really dealing with a lot of Clifford and articulating and trying to tongue every note. And Donald was like, stop, don't do that. Only Clifford could do that. And he said, you tongue the first note and slur, get everything even, press down the vowels with precision. And this is when you're playing eighth note lines, and once you want to start playing more rhythmically, then you articulate. Use the tongue to articulate with the rhythm. You dig? So I was like, whoa. He came at me hard, man. I was listening and, with them old school cats, them old school teachers, be cool. Them cats was rough, So I listened, thought about it, and respect. That was it. And just really tried to do what he was teaching me. I think back in the day with those old school teachers, it was just a different time, man. They could really go in and tell you what was on their mind, openly, deeply. And, honestly, sometimes, hey, it may bruise your ego a little. Or just like, wow, I thought it was, I played that kind of stuff well, but no. So it was really tough, but I appreciated it because he was trying to help me to get to the truth. And that's what's up. So here's a bebop line that I'll play where I'll tongue the first note and slur everything else, trying to keep everything even. Okay, here's another line. Same thing. I'll tongue the first note and I'll flow and try to keep everything nice and even, right? Slurred. Okay, so that's flowing with eighth notes, the way Donald showed me and taught me. So now, as I was learning, I want to implement rhythm into these lines and articulation. So, when I was a kid growing up, in the household, there was a lot of jazz because my dad loved jazz. So we had all kinds of jazz records. And, my parents are Jamaican. They were born in Jamaica, right? So that's the shirt. Hey, man, show some pride, J-A-J-A. Jamaica. Call it yard people. My parents were simple people, man. Good people, farmers. Tend to the land. You dig? Go to the sea and fish. Hey, man, that's what's up. So there was also a lot of reggae in the home listening, And so I was always fascinated by, how can I say it? The way the organ in reggae, especially rock steady, with Bob Marley, the way the organ, we call it bubble. The organ would bubble. Because the acoustic piano and the guitar, they do what you call, which is called skanking, where you just hear skank, skunk, skunk, skunk guitar, skunk, and the acoustic piano. And the organ will bubble. They'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. There's a lot of syncopation because the left hand is so it's syncopated, right? You dig? So I heard that, I was like, yo, I like that. So I try to get that feel with lines. I hope this is making sense. Oh, I'm going in real time, man, as I'm trying to explain this. So sometimes I'll stop because I'm thinking and how to make sure that I explain it correctly. So really, this is part of my rhythmic conception, is trying to bubble, you know. So I'll play lines like, I'm hearing the organ, the way the organ would bubble, because it was very syncopated and very rhythmic. So I'm trying to, in real time and different tempos, get that kind of yard sensibility, I'll call it. I'm making up names. I say yard. And yard is, you know, most people know yard is just of West Indian descent. Yard people, right? Get that kind of yard sensibility in the rhythm. So that's the way I like to articulate and deal with rhythm. And at the end of the day, it's all coming from Africa. You know, syncopation. You dig? So let me demonstrate some of that. Let's get it. Hey, it's me, D. Up close and personal. If you like the content on this channel, please subscribe. Well, I hope you enjoyed this new video, DB Talks Trumpet, episode 3, rhythm and some articulation. Please take a second to subscribe if you enjoy what I bring to this channel. Tell some friends and click on the notification bell, and that will let you know every time I drop a new video. Once again, thank you for watching, and see you soon.